So good evening, everyone. My name is Simarjeet. I am a part of pre-sales team at Vehere. So before I jump into the product presentation, I would like to tell you more about our company. We started in 2006-07 as an R&D based company with focus on doing mass monitoring and target monitoring for the agencies. Then we jump into the lawful interception tool. And then in 2018-19, we entered into the cyberspace where we launched two products. One was the network detection and response, and the other one was network forensics. So we are present 100% in regional defense and intelligence communities. Top 8 financial institutions are with us. Top 10 global telco companies are with us. We have deployed our solutions in 3 of these smart cities. And 8+ patents have been granted and published to Vehere. So this is the Vehere product offering. If you see on the left-hand side, it is about AI network security. That is the NDR, network forensics. And these two, next generation sandbox and IDS, are the value addition on these two. On the right-hand side, it is all about AI counterterrorism, which is telco security and compliance, AI-powered network cyber resilience, and high-performance network analytics. What we will discuss today is the AI network security. So if you look on the left-hand side, it is the traditional approach. When we talk about the NDR, the traditional NDR, they are more focused on the flows. When you talk about Vehere NDR, what we are doing, we are capturing the full packet, which provides you the complete visibility from layer 2 to layer 7. We can simultaneously ingest flows also. So in case of any hybrid or a distributed type of a deployment, Vehere can work. The second is the sandbox, which detect malware in 12 to 18 hours. Then we have network forensics, which is very non-indexed, and IDS. Because of the placement of the traditional IDS, it covers the traffic of your north-south. When we talk about Vehere NDR, we are able to do all these things in a single box. NDR, forensics, next generation sandbox, and IDS. So how we do it better? The first is the visibility. We provide 100% visibility to our customers. We can capture n number of traffic, n number of sensors at your place. Then we have a dedicated DPI engine, which provides the complete visibility from layer 2 to layer 7. Then we have the complete 360-degree visibility, that is your east-west and your north-south traffic. You can also do retrospective analytics on it. So what you can do, you can retain your metadata as well as your raw data for a number of days, months, depending upon your requirement. Then we have breach detection. So for that, we have a MITRE ATT&CK framework, which covers your complete 14-step chain, starting from your recon, and it goes to your exfiltration and the impact. So if you see any kind of recon happening in your environment, any kind of lateral movement, any kind of CNCs, botnets, any n number of attacks happening in your environment, based on MITRE ATT&CK framework, we will be able to detect it. Then we have IDS enabled in it. It has more than 25,000 of signatures, which helps you to find out the anomalies in your network. Then we have a risk score. So risk score is based on the combination of two things. One is the severity of the rules that are predefined, or you can also define when you are creating a new rule. The second is that the severity of the asset. So we have an asset registry where you can put the critical assets, medium assets, high asset, and based on that combination, we will generate a risk score. Then we have proactive threat hunting. So we also have machine learning enabled in it. So we do support both type of algorithms, be it your supervised as well as your unsupervised algorithm. For unsupervised, it will take around 15 to 17 days of timeline. Once the baseline is ready, If there is any deviation in that first baseline, it will give you an alert. So any kind of 0 day happening in your environment will be detected through our machine learning. Then our machine learning have two type of differentiation. One is the ML-DNS that is aligned to your internet traffic. The second is ML-DNN that is aligned to your east-west traffic. Then we also provide threat intel information to our customer. We can ingest 2 million of IOCs at line rate. Then we also do enrichment of the metadata. So if you see two public IPs communicating with each other, you will get the source country along with the destination country, along with the lat long, along with the NLP that we use inside it. Then we also have 6-degree graph analysis. So if you see any kind of malware moving from machine 1 to machine 2, machine 3, with the help of link analysis, you can create a chain around it. Then we have encrypted communication analysis. So without decrypting, you will be able to find out the malicious fingerprint inside that packet. So we have the threat intel information of J3, J3S information that you can match with the packet of encrypted packet. Then we have next generation sandbox. It is also mapped with the MITRE tactics. We do follow both type of analysis, be your static and your dynamic analysis. Then we have full digital forensics. So if you see a traditional NDR, they will tell you that yes, there was an exfiltration, around 6 MB or 8 MB of file. But what we do extra, we provide you the exact file, that this is the file that went out. It can be a PDF, Word, any file. It can contain the passwords, text file, anything like that. It is all automated. Then we have integrations. So when we talk about the SOC visibility triage, you have EDRs for your endpoint, you have NDR for your network. So we are able to integrate it with your SIM, XDR, and SOAR platform so that you can correlate and take a response action. Then we have AD, LDAP integration, then we have TIP platform integration. So if you provide us the internet connectivity to our solution, we will be able to send the threat feeds directly. But if you have a TIP platform, we will send our information to TIP, and from TIP we can receive it. Then the infrastructure, our licensing is very much simple. It is based on throughput. Then it is completely agnostic. You don't have to change anything in your environment. It is a out-of-band passive device. If it goes down, it is not going to hamper your environment. It is like a CCTV camera detecting everything in your environment. It also analyzes internet, intranet, your data center traffic, your private cloud, public cloud, infrastructure, and application. We also have offline PCAP analysis. So what you can do, if you have external PCAPs in your environment, you can also import that PCAPs. We will be able to do the analytics similar to the real-time monitoring that we are doing with the cables. Then we have smart storage option. So with the smart storage, you don't have to apply any filters at your switch. What you can do, you can apply that filters at our probe level. For example, if I am taking a span traffic of 1,000 IPs, but you want to monitor only under or 100 or 200 IPs, we can apply that filter for you. Then we have role-based access control with L1, L2, and L3. Then we also have PII masking. It is very critical for the BFSI segment where we see personal identity information coming. So you can mask that value, or you can also opt to drop that. It is up to you. So why choose NDR, Vehere NDR? First is the visibility. The second is the anomaly detection that we do. With that, we do faster response, proactive threat hunting. We also reduced mean time to detect. So this is the Vehere architecture. So if you see that, the lossless capture, it starts with your full packet capture, that is your span or mirror. We can ingest any kind of flows, be it your JFlow, SFlow, NetFlow, IPFix, which is the new standard, or your IoT or OT data. Then it goes to our next generation DPI probe, which gives the layer 2 to layer 7 visibility. Then it also enrich the metadata and provide you the complete application visibility. We support the open architecture, smart storage, and you can scale it to petabytes. And then we have the artificial intelligence layer, which consists of your LLMs, AI ML, breach detection, and your security orchestration. So this is the deployment architecture. It is very generic one. So what we are doing over here is that if you see the network tab on the top going to your internet, that is your north-south traffic, and the DMZ zone going to your internet, that is your east-west traffic. So we provide the complete 360-degree visibility. You can tap and take the traffic from n number of sensor, and then you have the branch offices. You can enable the flows directly to the centralized sensor, or what you can do, you can also place a sensor at the branch office if you want to get the complete layer 7 visibility. The limitation with the flows is that it gives you the visibility up to layer 4, but when you take the raw traffic, it gives you the complete visibility up to layer 7. So these are the use cases. So when we talk about use cases, it can detect any kind of DDoS attack happening. It can detect suspicious communication happening on the non-standard port. For example, HTTP not over port 80, DNS not over port 53. Then it can also detect any kind of data exfiltration happening in your environment, any kind of IP scanning, port scanning happening in your environment, detect malware, botnet, CNCs, your DGAs happening in your environment. It also detect any private VPN, risky applications that are in your environment, Tor, or any kind of SSH communication with unfriendly nations. It also detect rare and unusual external connections from your servers. It also gives you the detailed capabilities of looking at all the traffic before, during, and after an incident. It also gives you the capability of doing, exporting the PCAPs. So what you are doing is that we also reconstruct the entire evidence for you in the form of the file along with the PCAP. So you can also export that PCAP file. We have also created a PCAP viewer, so you don't require any third-party tool like Wireshark. If you have a techie analyst and want to drill more into the PCAP, they can open that PCAP directly to in our UI. So this is about the NDR Vehere dashboard. If you see that, what we have created is, it is totally customizable dashboard for our customers. These are two of the predefined dashboards that we have created, which covers your top application over top protocol, top internal client IPs, top external client IPs, the top host, web categories, and your device platform like Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. And you can also create n number of widgets and n number of dashboards as per your requirement. Then we have Vehere detection. So if you see on the summary, it gives you the complete summary of the anomalies happening at your network. Starting from the top, it gives you the information of the total number of IOCs. Then you have your ML DNS baseline. It tells you that if my baseline is completed or not, so that you can start expecting the true positive from it. And then it is the alert trends. Then you have alert categories, top offender, and then it is all mapped with your MITRE attack, starting from your recon, your initial access, persistence, execution, command and control, exfiltration impact. You can view any kind of alert in this. Then you have the data grid option, which gives you the complete visibility. So you can open any session, go to details, and it will have all the information of that packet from layer 2 to layer 7, starting from your MAC, IP, your protocols, ports, anything that is in your payload. Then we have Vehere investigation. So it is something, the next generation sandbox that we have built. So we don't require any third-party tool to reconstruct the evidence. We are doing it by ourselves. So what we do, if we see any kind of exe file traveling in your environment, we send it to our sandbox, which scan that file and gives you the complete scan report, DMD5, and we categorize in 4 categories. One is your file system, process, registry, and network. What it is going to do in these 4 subcategories. Then we have Vehere threat hunting. So if you see, we have link analysis. It helps you to create a chain. So in the global search, I can type any exe file if I want to search and see what kind of, from first machine to second or to the third machine, how it is traveling. Then we have Vehere containment. So these are our offices. One is in San Francisco. We have office in New Delhi, also in Kolkata. Thank you. Thank you.